Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Abdullah Patel English High School and DRT Junior College. Let's start by our subject English, as we have completed by our chapter Introduction, Icebreakers, and the introduction of the author also. Author of the chapter, that is the Cop and the Anthem, is O. Henry. It is written by O. Henry. And in my earlier video I have already explained you about the author, as well as I have given you the in short gist of the chapter, what is there in the chapter about the attempts of the Sophie. A boy story is there. So Sophie, about the attempt that every attempt he has failed, he got failure, and he never gets success. And finally, when he dropped his idea of going to jail, prison. So at that time he got. So I hope the chapter is having a clear picture in your mind, that what is the chapter about, what the writer is going to explain you in the chapter. And about the title, The Cop and the Anthem. The cop means police, right? So police and the anthem. Why the title is like that, The Cop and the Anthem? It can, the writer may have written the cop and the Sophie, the cop and Sophie, but why he has given the title The Cop and the Anthem? So the main motive of giving the title The Cop and the Anthem is that at last, when Sophie went to the church, at that time there was in the church, there was an anthem going on. Anthem means it is a kind of a music. Okay, we are having national anthem. So there also in Christian there is an anthem. So Christian anthem, Christian music was going on. At that time he decided that he will now leave each and everything, right? So while he was just thinking it, so police saw him, and he what understood that something wrong is there in the mind of Sophie. So he arrested Sophie. But what was going on in the mind of Sophie, that he was thinking at that time that now onwards I'm not going to act any badful law, right? Whatever the law is there, I'm not going to break the law. So in this session I'm going to give you line by line explanation of the chapter, and inshallah in the next session I'm going to give you the brainstorming activity. So today we are going to complete the chapter. Yes, it is very lengthy. Okay, so concentrate very carefully, starting by our chapter The Cop and the Anthem. Now I hope the slide is visible to you people. Our chapter start as on page number 28. Sophie, it is the name of a boy, left his bench and strolled out of the square and across the level sea asphalt. Now see, it is here what it has been given to us, that Sophie is a boy and he left his bench. He was sitting on a bench. He just left his place and strolled out, come out of the square. Square here, it is the name of a place, and across the level sea of asphalt where Broadway and Fifth Avenue. Now here we are talking about a place name. Broadway, it is a place, okay, way, and Fifth Avenue. Fifth Avenue in America, we have the road's name. It has been divided into numbers: first lane, second lane, third lane, first avenue, second avenue, third avenue, sixth avenue, likewise. So here, where is the exact way he is going? Broadway and Fifth Avenue flow together. Where is the Broadway as well as the Fifth Avenue is there. So where it is meeting together, flow together. Up Broadway he turned and stopped at a luxurious cafe, and over there he stopped at a luxurious cafe. Luxurious cafe means comfortable cafe. I hope you can see the picture over here. See, there is the two ways is going on. I hope the picture is visible to you people. So what Sophie has done, Sophie had confidence in himself from the lowest button of his vest upward. He is having confidence in himself from the lowest button of his vest upward, whatever the pant he has worn. Okay, so over there the lowest button of that pant is there of his vest, so upward direction. So from there he is having that much of confidence. He was shaven very neatly. He has done his shaving, and his coat was trim over here means new, neat and clean, and his neat black bow and had been presented to him by lady missionary. Lady missionary here means nun, on Thanksgiving Day. It is an occasion. Thanksgiving Day is an occasion. If only he could reach a table in the restaurant unsuspected. So now he is thinking that he could reach the table in the restaurant unsuspected. First he want to go at the restaurant, but he should not come in any of anybody should not see him that he is going. First he want to reach the table, and then whatever maybe. Okay, so that will be the success. Success would be his. The portion of him that would show above the table would raise no doubt in the waiter's mind. And then what will happen then when the waiter will see him that the person is there in a restaurant, so waiter will have in mind that, oh, what kind of person is sitting over here, why he is sitting over here. Okay, likewise waiter will think a roasted mallard duck. Now he started thinking, when I will enter in the hotel, so what I will order. So he started thinking about the dinner time, that I will order roasted mallard duck. Like why we are having chicken tandoori over here, chicken khafsa. Likewise over there they are eating duck. So roasted mallard duck, thought Sophie, would be about the thing with a bottle of wine. Okay, bottle of wine also I will order, and then some cheese. I hope everybody know what is a cheese. And a cup of coffee and a cigar, $1. Maybe ये सब जो भी whatever he is going to order, it will be cost how much? At least $1. What? Roasted mallard duck, a bottle of wine, and some cheese, and a cup of coffee, and a cigar. All this will, at least the bill will be of $1. Now after having that bill, what he is going to do? For cigar would be enough. The total would not be so high as to call forth any extreme of revenge from the cafe management, and yet the meat would leave him filled and happy for the journey to his winter island. So this will be this act what he is going to do. He will eat everything, and the bill will also not too much, that that the cafe management will have a revenge from him, and they will give him arrested by the police. Okay, and whatever he is eating, the meat would leave him filled happy. He will eat it till his feel, and he will having a happy journey to winter island. Winter island here, it is the word used for prison. He has used this word for prison. Okay, now coming to the next paragraph. But as Sophie set foot inside the restaurant door, the head waiter's eye fell upon his tattered trousers and decadent shoes. Now he was just thinking, he has gone in a flashback that I am going to do this and this. I am going to order a duck and a bottle of wine, cheese, cup of coffee, and a cigar. Okay, so he was just thinking outside the hotel. But as soon as he entered in the hotel, he set his foot inside the restaurant door. The head waiter over there has an eye fell upon him and upon the appearance, upon the clothes of the boy. Okay, Sophie. Tattered means torn. Trousers and descendant. Descendant means old shoes. Strong and ready hands turned him about and conveyed him in silence and haste to the sidewalk and averted the ignoble fate of the menace Mallard. Now, what happened? The waiter, who has on the head waiter, he just carry him in silence. Conveyed means carry him in silence, and in haste. Haste means in a very quick way to the sidewalk and averted the ignoble. Ignoble means shameful. He was very shameful of his act of the menace mallet, what he was thinking about to do. So here he just his first attempt failed of going in a restaurant and eating each and everything, and then the restaurant owner will make him arrest. So here his first attempt failed. Now let's see further what happened in the story. Sophie turned off Broadway. It seemed that his routine to the coveted island was not to be an easy one. Some other way of entering the limbo must be devised. Now he was just thinking about, as his first attempt was a failure, he turned to Broadway when he was out of the hotel. Okay, so he's walking and he turned over to the Broadway, and he just thought that the routine, what the way he has used for the prison, coveted island, the word is prison. Okay, actual word is prison. He has used this coveted island. Coveted here actually it means desirable. Okay, so where he can have his 3 months winter vacation, he can enjoy in prison. He want to go for 3 months arrest, as he is homeless now. Okay, as he is jobless, so where he should have his winter, so he want to spend his winter in prison. So for this reason he is doing this act. So he is using the word coveted island, desirable island, that is the prison was not to be an easy one. Now he is thinking that now this is not an easy task of going to the prison. Some other way of entering the limbo. Limbo again here means prison. So some other way he has to find, other way he has to think to go to the prison, and it should be very carefully decide. Okay, that he was thinking. Now at a corner of 6th Avenue. Now he was earlier before hotel, where were he? He was at the 5th Avenue. Now he is at a corner of 6th Avenue, name of a road. Already I have explained to you. Okay, 6th Avenue, electric lights and cunningly displayed wares behind plate glass made a shop window attractive. Now where he is standing. Okay, so here a scene has been shown to us that there is a shop, electric lights are there, cunningly displayed wares. Ware means a small articles, you can say gift articles behind a plate glass. Plate glass means the walls full of glass, which easily we can see the gifts inside the shop, made a shop window, through the window attractive. It attract the people. Okay, so what Sophie does, Sophie took a stone and dash it through the glass. Now he thought that this window where he can see the shop, and inside the shop he can see that small wares has been kept, small articles has been kept. So why not to dash it? Okay, so he just took a pebble in his hand, a stone in his hand, and throw to the glass. People came running round the corner. As people listened the voice, the noise of cracking, so the people came running round a corner. A policeman in the lead. A policeman in the lead in front. Sophie stood still with his hand in his pocket and smiled at the sight of brass button, and he was just laughing. Okay, as police came to see what happened, and all the people gathered over near the cafe. So why this gathering is done? So the police came and police was in front, and Sophie was still standing over there. Okay, he don't hide himself. He stand in front of the police, and he is having smile on his face. at the sight of brass button. Okay. Now what happened? Where's the man that done that? Inquired office agitatedly. Means very angrily, in a police manner, how the police are inquiring. So in that manner, police asks, where's the man that done that? Who has done that? Where is he? Okay, the question and answer interrogation had started. So don't you think that I might have had something to do with it? Said Sophie. Sophie replied to officer that don't you think that I have done this? What about? With a friendly voice as one greets good fortune. Okay, he said that I have done this. Don't you think so that I have done this? I will be the culprit. So what policeman replied? The police refused to accept it. Okay, police refused to accept Sophie even as a clue that he has seen who has done it. As man who smashed windows do not remain to chat with the police. What policeman said, if you have uh, broken this, so you have not stand over here. Might be run away. Why you are still over here? Okay, so they take to their hills. Hill means run away. If you have smashed the window, so you should run away, but you have not done that. The policeman saw a man halfway down the block running to catch a car, and while they were discussing this thing, at the same moment, at the same time, police saw a man who was running down and block running to catch a car. So, what police done? With drawn club, he joined in the pursuit. Sophie, with disgust in his heart, drifted along twice unsuccessful. Disgust means disappointed in his heart. Again, he has to see failure. He was unsuccessful what he has planned for. Earlier, what was his first plan? His first plan was of restaurant, that he will go inside the restaurant in a luxurious restaurant and he will eat eatables, very costly eatables, and then he will not pay the bill, and then hence what will happen, that the restaurant owner will give him to the policeman, but that attempt was a failure. Second, what he has done, he has smashed a window. Okay, people came, but policeman refused that he has done so, though he was saying that I have done it, I have smashed. Don't you know, don't you no, don't you think that I might be the person that who has smashed this? But then the police was refusing that no, if you have smashed, so you won't have been over here. The person who is doing will not remain over here. He have maybe take to their hills, means they will run away. And at the same time, what happened while Sophie was saying that I have done it? So at the same time, a boy was running to catch a car. So what police thought, that he is the person who has done this and Sophie is innocent. And again there was a disgust in the heart of Sophie. He was disappointed, drifted means he walked away from over there, as this was the second attempt which was unsuccessful. Okay, now moving further, on the opposite side of the street was a restaurant of no great pretensions. Now again, over here, now see, again there was a restaurant, but it was now this time this restaurant is of no great pretensions, means it is a reasonable hotel. Okay, it catered to large appetites, means food was of large appetites and modest purses. Modest purses means which can be suited to your pocket, very cheap. It crockery means utensils what they were using, and atmosphere were thick. Its soup and nappy. Nappy means the clothes which they were using. Example, curtain, napkins were thin. Into this place Sophie betook himself without challenge. At a table, he sat and consumed beefsteak. Now, without any fear, without any taking permission, he just entered in the hotel, in this cheap hotel, okay, and he consumed beefsteak, flapjacks. Flapjack is a kind of pancake, donuts. It is a sweet dish and a pie. Okay, what he ordered: beefsteak, flapjack, donuts, and pie. And then he told the waiter the fact that the mintest coin and himself were total stranger. Means he was having no money after eating the eatables what he has ordered for. He told the waiter that whatever the fact was, that fact he kept in front of the waiter, that he is having no money in his pocket. Both are total strangers, they don't know each other, money and him. Okay, now what happened, let's see. Now get busy and call a cop, said Sophie. Immediately what he said, now I don't know anything. We are strangers. So what you want to do? Now you have to be busy and call a cop right now. And don't keep a gentleman waiting. I'm a gentleman, so don't keep me waiting. No cop for you, said the waiter. What reply did the waiter give to him? That no cop for you. With a voice like buttercakes and an eye like the cherry in the Manhattan cocktail, hey con. Now what was here? Now this is the third attempt of Sophie, and over here he has eaten the eatables. He has ordered for something. What was the thing? Beef steak, flapjacks, and donuts and pie. Okay, and here he after eating he said to the waiter that now I am having no money. We are stranger, money, and I am a stranger. I don't know anything. I don't have money. Now you have to be busy and call the police and get me arrested. But instead of making him arrest, what the waiter said, no cop will come for you. And in his voice there was a butter cake. It was so sweet voice that it was like a butter cake sweetness, and in his eye it was like a cherry in the Manhattan cocktail. Like we are having cocktail, and in that upon that some cherry toppings has been given. Okay, so hey con. Neatly upon his left ear on the callous pavement, two waiters pitched Sophie. Pitched means throw. Now they have not arrested Sophie, but the the waiters came and they just caught the ear of Sophie and they thrown away. Pitched Sophie out of the hotel. Heroes joined by joined as a carpenter rule opens and dusted his clothes. Now, nothing. Again, a failure in front of him. So he just stand up and dust his clothes. Arrest seemed now but an elusive dream. Elusive means that cannot be complete. An incompletion of dream, that the island seemed very far away. Now the prison is very far away. A policeman who stood before a drugstore. Drugstore means medical. Two doors away laughed and walked down the street. And the policeman, he was seeing Sophie. But what he has done, he just laughed, gave a smile to Sophie and walked away. Sophie was seized with a sudden fear that some dreadful enchantment had rendered him immune to arrest. Now he just started thinking, whatever I have done for my arrest, 3 attempts I have done, but all are in vain. Right? How much attempt I have done, how much risks I have taken, but all are in vain. It is not fruitful for me. Why? So he just started thinking, he was in a fear, dreadful enchantment is there. Means some kind of spell has been done on me. Or it may be my sin that it has rendered him immune. Means some maybe it is a positive vibes that are protecting, immune protecting to me, that I should not get arrested. He was in a state of panic, and when he came upon another policeman longing grandly in front of a glittering theatre, he caught at the immediate straw of disorderly conduct. Now, this is the fourth attempt of the Sophie. Now what happened? He was nearby a theater, and over there he also one there was a policeman, and he just thought, now I will do something, and policeman will arrest him. Okay, so he just started misbehaving. Disorderly conduct means misbehaving. So what happened? Immediate straw of disorderly conduct. So at that time, what happened? Where the people over there, okay, so they started seeing him, that what kind of behavior this person is doing. So on the sidewalk, Sophie began to yell drunken gibberish at the top of his harsh voice. He danced, howled, raved, and otherwise disturbed the skies. Now, where the person was going on, the passerbys were going on. So, what kind of misbehavior he was doing? So, he was acting like he has been drunk, gibberish at the top of his harsh voice. Very loudly he was shouting, he was dancing, he was howling, shouting, okay, raved and otherwise disturbed the skies. Whoever going on, the passerbys, okay, dancing and all was going on, shouting was going on. He was acting like a drunken person. So whoever was passing by, they were saying to him. Hence, what happened? The police merely troubled his club, turned his back to Sophie, and remarked to a citizen. The policeman who was standing over here, over there, has means turned his club, turned his back to Sophie, and remarked to a citizen, showing to a citizen. This one of them, Yale lad celebrating the goose egg they have to Hertford College, noisy but no harm. We have instruction to let them be. Now what Sophie has thought, that after doing this act, maybe police will caught me, right? But what happened? Whatever the Sophie thought, all things are against on that day, right? As this is the fourth attempt of Sophie. Again, this is a failure. Why? Because policeman who actually have to caught him, he turned his back to Sophie and remarked to a citizen over there that don't get disturbed because this one of them is a lad means boy of Yale University who are celebrating goose egg. Okay, they are from Hertford College, little bit noisy, but they will not have any kind of harm to you people. So we are just following the instructions, so let them whatever they want to do. So this was the instruction of the policeman to the people, to the citizen of that place. So whatever the Sophie is doing, let them he be doing. This was the consideration of a policeman. Okay, so again this attempt is also a big failure for Sophie. Now let's see what Sophie has done. Disconsolate. Disconsolate means unhappy. Now he is unhappy as he has attempted for fourth time also, and the fourth time was also a great level unsuccess. Sophie stopped his unavailing racket. Unavailing means useless. Racket would never a policeman lay hands on him. In his fancy, the island seemed an unattainable Arcadia. Now he has just an image in his mind and his soul. He has started thinking the island what he want to go means the prison is now unattainable. He is not having a chance of going inside the prison. He buttoned his thin coat against the chilling wind. Now, as he was doing misbehaving over the near the theater, so he has just pulled out his coat. Okay, so now he just started buttoning his thin coat as it was a very chilling wind was going on. So he started buttoning his coat. In a cigar store, he saw a well dressed man lighting a cigar at the swinging light. He had set his silk umbrella by the door on entering. Sophie stepped inside, grabbed the umbrella, and sauntered off with it slowly. The man at the cigar light followed hastily. Now what happened? Now he was just thinking that my fourth attempt is also a failure. Now what to do, what to not to do. Now the prison is also very far from me. Now there is no chance of getting inside. So at that time only he saw person who was a well dressed person, and a cigar store. He was sitting and he was lighting a cigar, and next to him there was an umbrella, silk umbrella, by the door at the entering of the door. Okay, so Sophie stepped inside of that cigar store, grabbed that umbrella, and sorted means turned and walked away, picked that umbrella, and he walked away. The man at the cigar light followed hastily, and the man who was having that smoking that cigar, when he saw that Sophie has picked that umbrella, he also followed him hastily. Hastily means quickly. My umbrella, he said sternly. The person said, "This is my umbrella." "Oh, is it?" Sneered Sophie, adding insult to pity Larceny. "Well, why don't you call a police?" "I took it, your umbrella. Why don't you call a cop? There stand one on the corner." What Sophie said? That I have taken your umbrella. So why don't you call a police? Why don't you complain about me that I have stole your umbrella? See, the policeman is there, standing on the corner. When Sophie said these words, what the person, the owner of the umbrella, has done? Any guesses? Now see, there is a twist in the story. The umbrella owner slowed his step. When Sophie said that I have taken your umbrella, call the cop and arrest me. As Sophie want to arrest himself, right? But what the owner has done, he should call the cop. But what he had done, he has not called the cop. Instead of calling the cop, he slowed his step towards Sophie. Sophie likewise, with a premonition that luck would again against him. And again the luck was against him. He thought that the police eyed at the two curiously, and the policeman was saying both of them what they were discussing. "Of course," said the umbrella man. "Well, you know how this mistake occurred if it's your umbrella." Now what the umbrella owner said, yes, of course, why not? But well, you know how this mistake occurred if it's your umbrella. I hope you will excuse me. I picked it up this morning in a restaurant. If you recognize it as yours, why, I hope you will. Now what the owner said, that I have also picked it up from the restaurant. If you feel that this umbrella is yours, you can keep it. Why, I hope you will. Of course it's mine, said Sophie savagely. Savagely means angrily, as he has thought that maybe this attempt might be the way of going to the prison. But what the owner said, that I have also taken the umbrella from the restaurant, and if you consider it, or if you recognize it as yours, so you can take it. So what Sophie said, yes, of course it's mine, huh? Ye meri hai. Of course it's mine. But the way of saying was savagely, means in a very angrily, or you can say sophisticated way, in a manner. Okay, the ex umbrella man retreated, means he stepped backward and went away. The policeman hurried to assist a tall blonde in an opera cloak across the street in front of a streetcar that was approaching 2 blocks away. Now this is the place name of Proclock across the street in front of a streetcar that was approaching 2 blocks away. Sophie walked eastward. Now this was the fifth attempt and it was also a failure. So Sophie walked eastward toward a street damaged by improvement. He hurdled the umbrella. Hurdle means throw. He has taken the umbrella from the umbrella owner. So now he has thrown the umbrella on a place angrily into an excavation, means a ditch where the work is going on in the excavation. He muttered against the man who wear helmet and carry clubs. He started speaking, whispering. Muttered means whispering against. Against means opposing the man who wear helmet and carry clubs, because he wanted to fall into their clutches. They seemed to regard him as a king who could do nothing wrong. It was like whenever he was doing something wrong, it was the right thing for the other people. So he was considering that like he is a king and he cannot make any kind of mistake. The people are assuming likewise. Okay. At length Sophie reached one of the avenue. Avenue means route. At length, now this is the end of the day. To the east, where the glitter and turmoil was but faint. Turmoil means disturbance, as the more people are there. Okay, a group of people are there. So at that time there is a disturbance, more noise are there. But it is faint. Faint means less. He dragged himself toward Madison Square. Madison Square, it is the name of area. So he just moved from that place, from the turmoil, from the disturbance, and bring himself in towards the Madison Square. This is the name of a area. For the homing instinct survives even when the home is a park bench, and over there he can survive over there as his home is a park bench. He, as he is an homeless boy, so he is having his night at park bench. Okay. Now what happened? But on an unusually quiet corner, Sophie came to a standstill. Means he just stopped over there. Here was an old church. Old church, quaint means which is outdated, outmodeled, and rambling means spacious, big, and gabbled means which is having corner. Through one wallet stained window a soft light glowed, where no doubt the organist means a person who is playing piano, loitered over the keys, making sure of his mastery of the coming Stabat anthem. Stabat means a Christian. On Christian day they are having their music. Okay. So an anthem was going on, for there drifted out to Sophie's ears sweet music that caught and held him transfixed. Transfixed means unable to go from that place. Against the convolutions means there is a twist in his life of the iron fence. There is a fence over there, and from there he was unable to go. The moon was above, full of radiant vehicles, and pedestrians were few. There was no people on the road. Sparrow tweeted sleepily in the eaves, or a little while the scene might have been a country churchyard, and the anthem that the organist played cemented Sophie to the iron fence, for he had known it well in the days when his life contained such things as mother and roses and ambition and friends and immaculate thoughts and callers. Now he was just having the things, pure thoughts come inside when he listened to the organist means a person who is playing the music. So he just haven't has he just went to the iron fences over there, and there he just calculate his the olden days which were containing happiness. He was having mother in his life, he was having roses in his life, he was ambitious person. Okay, at one age he was having certain ambition, he was having friends also, and he was immaculating his childhood. Whatever the thoughts are there, he was remembering that childhood thoughts and colors, whatever he was having, that pure thoughts inside him. The conjunction of Sophie's receptive combination of these thoughts were taking inside, he was just having a very crisscross in the mind, state of mind, and the influences about the old church brought a sudden and wonderful change in his soul. As he was thinking, after this much of attempt, after doing the fifth to sixth attempt, when he listened this anthem of the church, he has totally changed. There was totally, completely pure soul, pure thought of Sophie. There was a wonderful change in his soul. He viewed with rising horror the pit into which he had tumbled, the degraded days, unworthy desires, dead hopes, worked faculties, and base motives that made up his existence. Whatever happened in his life afterwards has changed him. Okay, but now he has changed himself after listening to the anthem which was sung in the church. And also, in a moment, his heart responded, thrilling to this strange mood. A strong, impulsive move him to. Now, when he has listened, his heart is now thrilling to a strange mood. A strong impulse moved him to battle with his desperate fact. Now he is fighting that no, I am not going to do any wrong thing. I'm not going to go in prison. He would pull himself out of the mire and would make a man of himself again. Mire means unpleasant situation. So now he want to come out of that situation. He would conquer the evil. Evil means the sin what he has done, enslaved him. The sin has make him slave. There was time he was young yet. Once there was a time that he used to be young. He would resurrect means he will return his old eager ambition, what ambition he was having when he was young, and pursue them without flattering. Flattering means without losing strength. Those solemn but sweet organ notes had set up a revolution in him. Tomorrow he would go into the roaring downtown district and find work. Now he started thinking. The thoughts came in his mind, the soul became pure. So he just started thinking that at one time he was young and he was having ambition, he was having mother, he was having roses, he was having friends. That life was also a very beautiful life. So what he is doing, he is having evil in his life, and that evil, the sin what he has done, has made him slave. So now everything he just want to give up, and from tomorrow he would go into a roaring downtown and he will find work for him. A fur importer means a skin of the animal that importer had once offered him a place as driver. He has offered a job of a driver to him. He just remember he would be somebody in the world. He just started thinking that after doing this job he would might become a person, something he may be achieve in his life. So he would. So he felt a hand laid on arm. And while he was just thinking about this thing, that he will now no more any crime he will commit, as he was a criminal. Okay. So now onwards he is not going to commit any crime. Now he is not going to go to jail. He was just thinking this thing. At the time he felt that somebody has laid an hand on his arm. He looked quickly around into the impassive face of a policeman, and very quickly, in a moment, he turned and saw that there was a policeman. "What are you doing here?" asked the officer. "Nothing," said Sophie. "Then come along," said a policeman. "3 months on the island," said the magistrate in the police court the next morning. Now what happened, he was just thinking about this thing, he has not done anything. Okay, but then too what happened, policeman came, he asked that what you are doing over here. So what Sophie replied, "Nothing, I'm not doing anything." So what policeman said, "Then you have to come with me." Now see, now here he has not committed anything, but then too he got arrested. And in the next morning, when policeman take him, next morning he take him to the court. So what magistrate said, that now you are going to have 3 months on the island. Means island here is used for prison. Now you are having punishment of 3 months. Okay. So dear students, this story is very heart-touching story. Didn't you find it? It is an ironical one. As when Sophie tried his attempt of going to the prison, coveted island, winter island. So at that time his attempt failed. Though he has committed crime, but his attempt failed. And when at a moment he thought that I am not going to do anything wrong, all the evil, all the sin what I have done that are making me slave, so I am not going to commit any crime, and from tomorrow onwards I am going to find a job, work, and become someone. And at the same time, cops see him, asked him what he was doing, he said nothing, and he arrested without any reason. So this is an ironical story of Sophie. I hope chapter is very clear to all of you. As in my earlier session I have explained you in short this story, and in this session I have explained you paragraph wise. If you are having any doubts still, so you can freely ask me your doubts. Inshallah, in our next session, I'm going to start by brainstorming activities of the chapter. Till then, thank you so much for listening. Stay at home, stay safe.